Hey, folks. It's ACMS here, back with a new type of game. This game came after her Sword Art Online Hollow Realization. This is called Sword Art Online Fatal Bullets. This is a game that has multiple files on it, so I can actually play in my games here and eat them too. And as you can see, I have multiple files here. For each one with a different purpose. But two of which have an interesting outfit on the left side. This is an outfit that I've had before on both of these files. And they represent the characters. So, you know that I played this game back in 2021 or 2021. The last time I played was on this file at 7/17 in 2021, and back when I was still in school. But this time I'm gonna start a new game. And of course I'm gonna go with my average. Here's male gender based right here. Yeah, I'm an average guy in an average world. I can change up a few functions, but I'm namely going to be figuring out a face that works just for me. Because this is the game that allows you to customize the character however you wish. Meaning, you could have whatever you want on your character. So I'm just going to go with face 1. But here's something interesting. We got a little reference to Kirito's avatar of this hairstyle. And then we have Kirito's hairstyle right here as hairstyle number 3. But this is the one game that introduced an interesting type of hairstyle here. You can see that it's white compared to the other hairstyles, and it's a reverse of this hairstyle. But I already know what hairstyle I'm going to pick. And of course, so I'll just give a small moment because I'm also going on to my live chat. Actually, we do talk about that era, because that's the type of hairstyle I'm going for right now. I'm using a long hairstyle for this. Not this one, but I am going to be using one. If you want to know why, it's because it's actually one of the better hairstyles I've actually had in the game. And it has been used before. Now, of course, the majority of the time right now is going to be spent making the characters, but you might notice a few hairstyles that don't seem to make sense for the game. Especially since we don't really see those characters yet. Nor will we see them for a while. Because there are some hairstyles that don't seem to make sense. And everyone can vouch for that because they don't seem like something that would appear in this game. Here it is. This is the hairstyle I was talking about. Now, of course, there are other hairstyles after it, but they're named for two other characters. And now it's time for the eyebrows. I'm just going with eyebrows too. And there are some decals here. These are little face accessories that you can get to try and look a bit cooler. I'm not going to go with any decals. Now I can customize my eye color. Now, I can set color for both eyes, or I can do them separately. Now, here's a little thing about this game. Hey Plants, I actually gave within that Roblox stream. However, there are going to be a few limitations. Namely, I'm not going to do any games that are Friday Night Funkin', because one, I don't feel like funking for a while. Oh, and two, I just need a little bit to actually just recuperate with rhythm games like that. But I am willing to do a few other types of games, like obbies and such. So, there is still a lot of room to play around with. So basically, games that aren't FNF related, I'm willing to do. Because I gotta get back into the rhythm game series. Now here's something that this game personally does correct other than the other games. Did that line make sense? I don't think so. But this game actually, he quiets down the volume so you can actually hear the voice. I think my character just died before he even got in the game. What?
嬉しいな。やられたか。新章ってところだな。
Okay, seems like you're getting a lot of screams.
ありがとう。
Arigatou gozaimasu. Alrighty, but just know that the stream will always be running, and it won't be running forever. I'll probably do like 2 hours. Ever since I spent like 8 minutes creating my character.
Hello? So I just found out a way to charge my controller.
You're about to save these settings and finish character creation. Are you sure you want to proceed? A character's gender cannot be changed once his character creation has concluded.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna do that. Now, time to get a name.
What?
Live stream. Live myself. Oh, without interference. Give me room. Third name will be set to Katsu. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. Phantom Bullet 2. Ooh. Temporarily inflict a large amount of suspension. And there are different types of weapons in this game, and consisting of mainly guns, because the game that we're playing is Gun Gale Online, but we're doing it as our own character. Let's see here. Looks like I got myself my own character here. And of course, first, we can just say that the random generation gave my character this look. And technically, that's what the character will always have. Canonically, the character only looks like this.
イベント大会の参加登録が混んでて参っちゃった。
And of course, hers, this is the main character's best friend.
待った。幼馴染とはいえ、アバターだから外見違うのによくわかったわね。ここでの名前はクレハよ。よろしくね。
Oh, Kira here is an interesting character.
もちろん、私もすぐにわかったわよ。あんたの雰囲気、昔と全く変わらないかもの。
Within the DLC, she's still part of the group, but that takes place after the true ending, which requires you to become best friends with every single character in the game. Now, am I going to complete the game like the others? Why, yes, I am. That's what these streams are for. I need to know where to go first and how to do it, which of course I have previous experiences with. And here's something else. You see how Kira says, by the way, GGO is your first VR MMO, right? Don't worry, I'll show you the ropes. It's okay, I did my research. I trust you. As a gamer, you've got some real skills. Even if you're a newbie here, although my skills are way better, of course. That's actually kind of a lie. But here's a little hint. The game wants you to use parties. And they want you to leech off of the main cast. Because you're too weak to handle the monsters outside. Especially since you don't have the stats needed to use specific guns. Whoa, it's Itsuki. Hey, I wonder if he's in the tournament too. They're using common and Japanese names for a few of the characters here. He looks like a fashion model. Eesh. So that's what you took your eye on? Well, sure, I guess he is kind of cool, and he does have a lot of fans. But that's Itsuki, one of GGO's top players. He's the leader of Alfred, a squadron that's renowned for its strength. Oh, squadrons are kind of like guilds, by the way.
Yeah. 君たちも大会に参加するの?
Hey, you guys, he's entering the tournament too? Yes. You're Kira, right? I've heard about you. You have? You're always wandering between squadrons, right? You've got quite the reputation. I hear you're reliable and you've got good battle analysis skills. And here's this. Looks like a beginner's equipment. Let me guess, you're a newbie, right? And this actually gives some key info. Kira here is the main character's childhood friend. And a real master when it comes to games. Although today Cat's his first time in GGO. You must like a challenge if you're entering a tournament on your first day. To be honest, I like that. Nice to meet you. I'm Itsuki. Levels and skills aren't the only things that make you strong in a gun battle. Well, I'm looking forward to an interesting fight. See you later. Now, this is the first game where you actually don't have access to Kirito on the first day. In fact, you won't have access to Kirito until much later in the game. After the tournament. But there is more to the game. Namely, how your characters work. As you can see, you have an assist mode. I'm just going to turn that off so I can actually play the game like a gunner. You can dash by pushing down on the right stick, and you can dodge. Basically, this will actually teach you everything right here. Or tilt the left stick to move around on the game world. A slight tilt will make your character walk, while a full tilt will make your character run. And while moving, you can press down on the left stick for left, have free to dash, which will let you move faster. If you continue to dash for an extended period, you'll move even faster. Press X to jump. If you jump while moving, you'll do a large jump in the direction your character is facing. Press L to do a quick step, which is useful for dodging enemy attacks during combat. Now, I know how to play this game pretty well, because it's my first Sword Art Online game. Tilt the right stick to rotate the camera in the direction if you're choosing. You can use this feature to check your surroundings, as well as just find your allies and enemies around the field. You can adjust your camera settings from the camera settings screen in the options menu. The options screen in the main menu contains numerous settings that allow you to tweak the game as you see fit. These options include sound, camera, HUD, screen brightness, networking, and more. The difficulty level can also be adjusted from the screen, but only when accessed from the title screen. Rest assured, any adjustments you make on this screen will take effect of any character you play. No manual readjusting required when you switch avatars. So basically, I can check my friend list here, and you can see a few other characters. There's Sachi, Iji, Yuna, Seven, Yu-Gi-Oh, Alice, his Levier, her Clearance, and Shirley, Dine, Musketeer X, Yamakaze, and Kira. These are all characters that you can actually use in battle. But one character seems a little out of place here. Namely, this character. This is actually another Arphasis. She's actually a different type of Arphasis, which I will actually get into later. Here is Alice. She's pretty much the same as you would expect, although her display status shows a few different items here, including a hat. Here's Yu-Gi-Oh, and as you can see, he has a different type of weapon here. AR Blue Rose. He has his Blue Rose sword. I plan to try and hit these weapons, but I will use a guide to actually get them. And then I'll make my own live stream guide to actually get them as well. And Sachi here is actually kind of different. Sachi here is meant to be dead, right? But why is she here? Or this will be explained in a different form later. And of course, as you can see, there's actually some different items here, and well, this new file doesn't have anything equipped to it yet. Now, there's going to be our first instance of battle. You can switch your items like this, and you can get rid of them right there. And now you just gotta bring your weapon back out. As you can see, the enemies here don't auto-aggro, so I can do stuff like this. headshots are what you want to go after because they deal the most damage. But they just want you to kill the enemies quickly. Yeah. And you can auto-reload by running out of ammo. Bullet boxes are used to gain some more her bullets. Bullet lines. Bullet lines are red lines that can sometimes be seen emitted from enemies that indicate the trajectory of their bullets. When they appear, it's a sign that the enemy is about to fire, giving you a brief window of opportunity to hide behind cover or move around to evade their fire. Now, you want to crouch down here or to get behind cover. And the idea is to sneak out until you can actually see the enemy, and then headshot him to death. You want to play this game like you're in an actual war zone. Which means a few rules apply. First off, no screwing around. You want to treat every zone like it's a dev zone. Meaning you want to hide behind cover, and you want to take fire. And player kills are actually useful because it gives you tokens. These tokens can be used to I guess, power up yourself. And I gave myself a new weapon, STB Night Sky. It has more her physical power compared to the optical power, or optical power. Her optical attack, and damage versus mechs. You want to have a weapon that actually does damage. Traps and contraptions. Dungeons have switches that open doors and warp gates that transport you. There are also traps that damage you or move you to another area, so proceed with caution. This will actually take you to different places, and you'll automatically teleport by going into these portals. Now, there is one thing that I want to say. I will be going back to Hollow Realization and going through the other SAO games as well. But that won't always be the case. And I have some news. Some very good news. Hashtag CATONTHESTEREAM. Hashtag cat on the stream. Because my cat decided to appear. Even though I don't have my camera on, and the cat is on the stream. Now, there is a little thing to know. I'm just speeding through conversation because I don't want to deal with it. Now, this area right here is actually how we gain our Arphasis. But what's an Arphasis, some may ask? An Arphasis is your own personal servant. Now, here's an enemy right here. I'm attacking the weak point, so I barely took any damage. That's the use of not using the auto help. Now that I've destroyed the enemy quickly, by using the auto aim support, I can now go and find my rare item. No matter which road you pick, you'll end this game. You'll end the tutorial anyway. So, if in doubt, always go to the left. I defeated 10 enemies, so I got a 1,000 bounty. And the total bounty you get, he'll also give you some boosts.
さっきはなんとかうまくいってよかったわ。いつきさんは人気者だけど、やっぱり
Now I'm gonna let this cutscene play
みん
out.
な戦闘となると容赦ないから気をつけないと。今回の目的はレアアイテム狙い
The characters basically made like they were meant to be an SAO. Or, well, if it was CG animated.
大体こういう装置を操作すると何かしら先に進めたりするのよ。
Now you can see the player is in the little portal here. So basically you'd be like, what? Wait, a warp gate? Phew. Now, we happen to have our first moment of being in an unknown area without our best friend to guide us. Blah. But here it is, the room and where the orifice is held. But you might see that something looks a little off about the camera angles. They don't look like they're from a point where the player is held. Instead, they seem like they're on by someone else's view. So, how about we unlock his little capsule? Player authentication. Starting master registration. Username Katsu. Registration complete. Now, we have ourselves an orifice. You can choose between male or female. Oh, I'm obviously doing female, but I'm actually going to do the base format here. Because I'm not going to customize my orifice. Now, what am I going to name my orifice? Well, I'm just going to do 0. Or, what about, let's see here. What about... Yeah, I'll do 0. No, wait, I have a better idea. SIX 6. Duh. Now, the fact that an orifice is actually the NGGO shows that this is some sort of update. And the fact that somebody shot at me, it's Kirito and Asuna, meaning they have their own designs that match up to their look. And of course, Kirito missed.
ちょっと待ちなさい。あなたこそ銃を下ろして。いつの間に背後を。
話を聞いてくれ。俺たちはもう戦うつもりはない。
These two were pretty much after the Arphasis, but they were unable to get it.
何を言っているの？
すでにそこのアバシスはマスターと認め
This
てい
means
るらしい。
that the Arphasis picked your friend as its master.
この子がレアアイテム。
This person is the rare item. Yeah, that's a player support AI, an Arphasis, as they were implemented in the latest big update. They're so rare, there's almost no info on them. Oh man, I thought this tournament was my chance to get one.
残念だったね、キリト君。
Goodbye, Kirito. I get back to grinding high-level mobs until one drops. Kirito, as in the guy who got at the top of GGO's rankings in a single month, as in Kirito the Photon Sword Wielder. That's Kirito? Yeah, that's me. And this is Asuna. In other games, she's known as the Lightning Flash or the Berserk Healer. And Kirito, come on, you don't need to tell them that. Sorry about that, Asuna. Sorry about that. This is my partner, Asuna.
名前はランキングで何度も見ているわ。こんな有名人まで狙っていたなんて。
Basically, in this game, they were lucky enough to get avatars that matched them almost perfectly.
私があなたの私はアファシステムタイプ X A29000
And this is how the Arphasis works. I am the Arphasis system type X. A290-00. Master registration has already been completed. Katsu, you are my master. Main system 50% functional. Please stand by. Hey, I didn't do it on purpose. You gotta be kidding me. I knew it. I'm betting that even if we defeated you, that won't change anything. You seem to know a lot, Kirito. Well, it's because the Arphasis called that player Master back there. But, no, it's nothing. Hey, why'd you go ahead and register it? What's yours is supposed to be mine. I just said I didn't do it on purpose. Stop making excuses. I can't believe this. Fine then, what's yours is mine, and your office is mine too. So yeah, I'll lead you off this time. You did save me after all. Ha! Here is my master superior. Confirmed. It's nice to meet you.
じゃあ俺たちはこれでまだ時間。
商品も豪華らしいよ、キリト君。ゆいちゃんが喜ぶものがあればいいんだけど。
Basically, everyone here happens to know a few things, and
私、クレハって言います。私、絶対にトッププレイヤーになるんで。
well,
覚えていてください。
there are a lot of things going on
次
here.
会った時は遠慮なく打ってください。
ナイスガッツ、クレハ。じゃあ、どこか
Basically, all the characters are acting normally. Well, that's because it's just another game.
一つ聞きたいんだけど、君はなんであの時アファシスをかばったんだ。
I just did it without thinking.
そうだよな。こういうものの理屈なんて後付けにしかならないかもな。うん。君とは気が合いそうだ。
Now, here's the funny part. The reason Kirito said that in particular is because he was once in a death game, and And so he doesn't really expect a good explanation to why his reaction was like that.
100マスター、私の名前を決めてください。変更は可能ですが、変な名前をつけたら爆
You
発し、
sound
それは
cheerful
使
all
用
of
です
a sudden.
マスター。タイプ X はそれぞれ個性がある優れたアンドロイドなのです。
Basically, the artifice is here. The Type X is actually a superior model. Meaning, he actually has more emotions compared to others.
これからずっと一緒に
Your name is Six.
想定よりいいセンスで安心しました、マスター。
Now, I'm pretty sure the name doesn't really matter, but I chose the name a number name because she also reminds me of Seven, one of the characters that Katsu takes care of. So I decided to go a number below. I wanted to go with 0, but one of the names that is actually selected for a nickname for the other characters to call the artifice was Rei, or R-E-I. Which of course I'll type in now so you actually know what I mean. This name in particular, is the Japanese full name, is the Japanese wording for 0. Now, this is actually something that is not implemented. This actually isn't in the game yet. This is the Ultimate Fiber Gun, or the UFG. It was left in the warehouse. With 0 experience. So she can't predict her master's future. For so saying it's an unimplemented weapon. Type X's are awesome. So we get to learn about the UFG, or the Ultimate Fiber Gun. This works as a hook shot in-game. So, we get to try out the new weapon. You can see these little ladders in the game. And you might wonder, why don't I just use it? It's because I can't. Look, I'm running up against the ladder right now and I can't use it. Yeah, I know I did. And I'll do that in the next episode. But now we get to see what it's actually used for. We can hit little targets here. And as you can see, here's her 6 and Cure right over here. Now, this weapon is actually very useful for getting around areas. And you can down airborne enemies this way too. And you can also use it to do this. You can steal items from the enemies. Now the only character who can actually use the UFG is Kirito and the main character here. So, now I've got myself a bigger bounty. A bounty is basically her ranking in the game. If you have a high bounty, that means you'll be worth more to kill, but you'll also have a lot of stuff to do. Thanks to you, I got a rare item. Well, so here's a little thing to know. This Itsuke right here is not our Itsuke. Okay, this is more of a different character with a coincidental name.
一部訂正を求めます。アファシスの中でもとてもレアなタイプ。
A type X is pretty cool. However, there's a new type of archivist.
私が来た時にはマスター登録されちゃって
This
たんで。
unit. Also, to explain about the using only the one character in roleplay, hey, if you're calling something a hassle, that means you're just being lazy. Things have been bounced out by having all the different versions of us. But then the reason I wanted all the different versions of us to appear in the first place is because as I have plans used for them and that can actually extend into their own universes. Basically, I'm actually making future plans of making future universes that only contain one of those specific duos. Like one universe only has Izuki and Goldie. One universe might only have Victor and Alex. So one universe might even have Kitty and Twilight. Basically, to balance it out, they could have their own new universes and that extend into their own little timelines. But the main timeline has all of them for a reason. It's because our current selves need training. They need training from the past us's to actually become strong enough to defend their own universe. That's the entire debate right there. And here's Kirito and Asuna.
よかったら一緒にお疲れ様。
And they're gathering for a party. I wonder why. Small gathering of friends. And
どうも。貢献使いキリトと戦えて
I'm
光
going
栄だ
to
っ
be
た
able to
よ。
fight Kirito, the photon sword wielder. My friends got wiped out, and I would have been too if the time had run out.
キリト君の友人なのかい？
No, I almost got killed by the guy.
アファシスを手に入れ、トッププレイヤーに興味を持たれる。
There's more reasons to why,
月も来ないか？
hey, the main universe has all of them. It's because, let's just say Irene wanted all her kids and all the past versions of her kids. And it's because she was feeling a bit empty. I mean, an Earth Angel that has the memories of past timelines is that also had the previous versions of us. It pretty much does her in.
君たちはどうかな？
マスター、パーティーは初めてのけ。もちろん参加するわ。
Well, Six spoke. Sounds like fun. Meow. Boop. I got my floof.
キリト、アスナ、イベント大会優勝。
I see. Well, tomorrow and Thursday are pretty much my usual karate days. But, now here's something interesting. We get to see some designs of the characters that we don't actually see. Namely, Sirika here's wearing an outfit that isn't that's basically not within in the canon world. And Lisbeth here has her own outfit as well that is not within in the canon world. Asuna has the same dealio and Kirito as well. Sinon is a one-to-one recreation. Lifa is different. And Yuki, he wasn't alive within that point. And Yui wasn't even in the game. And Klein as well has his own little design as well.
ありがとう。だけど、
Also, there's something interesting about Yui's eye color here. Yui's eye color isn't black like in the other games. They're more yellow. Why is that?
超レアなアファシスを
Well,
手
it's
に入れた
because
幸運なニュービーのお祝いさ。みんな 俺の仲間だ。
I guess it's also meant to match Asuna a little bit, but it's also because of the random avatar points. Sure, everyone might have gotten one-to-one recreations of themselves. Oh, it's because it makes it easier on the programmers. But we could just use Discord. Or then just have a screen recording. You know. And with live stream, we can also use Discord. Or since I've seen videos use Discord, or then the audio seems to carry over from that.
私はクレア。アファシスは私がアファシスです。皆さんと同じに見えるかもしれません。ごめんなさい。
And of course, there's Silika just doing the usual mistake on the character.
はじめまして皆さん。私はアファシステムタイプ X。型番では呼びにくいでしょうし、私も舌を噛みそうです。どうぞ好きな名前で呼んでください。できるだけマスターが決めた名前は特別なのです。だからマスター以外の方に使われるのはお断りします。
Now, this actually gives some secret info about the Arphasis. The Arphasis only wants her master who call her registered name. The one that her master gave her. But why exactly is this? Like, why is it the case? Well, my guess has his sixth actually... Oh! A prop master emerald. So wait, are you gonna use paper mache or cardboard? Maybe even and some origami? Because that's actually gonna be interesting, unless you have a 3D printer and print it upside down. Cardboard. Well, if you get a 3D printer and green filaments, and you'll actually be able to print the Master Emerald upside down and actually have a one-to-one recreation created out of plastic, which will last longer than cardboard. And all you have to do is just smooth it out using sandpaper, and bam, you've got yourself a plaster emerald that you can use into a darker green. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Klein. If your number is 00 and 0 is Ray in Japanese, then how about Ray? It's pretty simple. Oh, and nice. Now, I wanted to go with the name 0 to reference that number, but it would have been calling the same thing. Well, I definitely know who's going to be defensive. And of course, if there's ever a buffer, you can use this little emoji right here. Which of course is called buffering. And you can use that emoji if the stream ever buffers for whatever reason. Also, Echo, I actually stayed up until 1:50 this time, so I did better, but I also made sure to tell a specific someone on Blue Rose so at least get some sleep. And considering she's sleeping in, and I have a feeling she didn't do as requested. sure she could be busy, but honestly, I'm just gonna do a little bit of spam, and because I'm expecting in her, or considering she has a debt to pay. Hey, and honestly, I just want to make sure that she knows I'm also streaming. And considering I'm doing 2 hours for this stream, I have my own little ideas. Also, you can see with a specific someone that their chest happens to be pretty big. Namely, Lifa. Like, come on girl, we can see your chest. Well, I wish I could come over to the party, but of course I can't make it because I live in an area that's completely different from her area. And so unless I can actually find the party, he through just using special skills that I do not know, I won't be able to come. And of course, I'm just a beginner. Ain't that something? It seems the story that a noob got an orifice is already getting around. They're saying you're the luckiest player in GGO. Even Argo the info broker said she'd buy info about you, newbie. Everyone wants to know more about you, so your info is fetching a high price. I like the sound of that. Kirito, you better not tell your friends info. Now, is it true that they dodged Asana's bullets? I don't think a beginner could pull off something like that. Hey, maybe you're actually like crazy skilled. What's your favorite weapon? Do you use a photon sword? Oh, what's that? I've seen that weapon before. Where'd you get it? An unimplemented item? Can an orifice really give you something like that? Well, you can actually see the similarities between Kirito, Asuna, and Yui right here in this one little picture. Here, I'm gonna freeze it for a moment, and you can see that Yui, he has yellow eyes, he's like Asuna, even though they're meant to be orange, but I'm pretty sure the art style basically has Asuna with brown eyes, but due to brightening, it probably got an orange look. Basically, Yui seems to match up perfectly with these two, even if colors are a bit brighter on some ends. No, I've never seen anything like this either. Is that really possible? Let's look at the design. It's an optical gun? What's its power and range? A movement support function. This gun would change the tactics used in GGO. Can I buy it off you? Hey Gil, I'm not gonna let you rip off a newbie. Besides, it looks so rare it's probably priceless. Well, we could work out a special price between friends, then. I'm sorry. As a merchant, I just can't help myself. Jeez. But you really do have some amazing luck. It's nothing short of a miracle. Basically, my character is considered the luckiest character. Kira even says you've always had good luck, haven't you? And there's actually something that's going on behind the scenes with Kira. The thing about Kira is, behind the scenes, she is actually very, very jealous. And that's only growing as the story goes on. She becomes so jealous that she wants to try to prove herself that she's strong, and yet you can only do so many things solo.
男の人ばかりのスコードロンも多いみたいですね。
そうなの。マスコット扱いされるのも嫌だから、特定のスコードロンには所属しないようにしていたの。
Yeah, I am considering that Sonic Forces arc with the entire her multiversal arc. That's actually going to be part 4, actually. Just so you know, on my phone, I can't see the notifications, but I am actually considering the Sonic Forces arc.
クレアの気持ち、私もわかる気がする。うん、私も同じ。何より、ちゃんと自分自身の力でトップを目指したい。
Basically, I am actually going to see it, but the Sonic Forces arc is something that I am considering. Basically, if I were to actually give some info, the reason why Infinite was taken care of early. Now, the reason why Infinite was taken care of early is because I have a different type of villain in mind.
しっかり目標を持っているんだね。応援するよ。
And I'm actually going to have Infinite used as an ally. Because he works better as an ally instead of some sort of random villain that nobody actually knows of. Instead, Metal Sonic is going to be the main villain. He works better. Or if I'm being honest with you.
私も。
Also, yeah, I have used the word, I'll be honest, as a starter for my sentence. It means absolutely nothing. It's a more comfortable way for me to start off my sentences.
お手伝いできることがあったら何でも言ってくださいね。
And starting phrases are used normally.
みんな、ありがとう。ね。
And Kira has always wanted female player friends.
こうやってみんなと知り合えただけで
But
十分幸せというか。
Here comes something new. This is not the only original character we'll actually be seeing. Looks like you made a lot of new friends.
なんか、私まであんたのラッキーをもらっちゃったみたい。ありがとうね。
Bingo! Let's get a hashtag bingo in the chat because we just got a
今日
bingo!
はとっても楽しかったわ。
おい、
Alright,
ちょっと外に行ってみない
Gatsu,
か。
who would be willing to join me outside? Hey, for a bit? Nightmare Plus Plus. Overheating is a problem that often plagues Gatling guns, but not the Nightmare Plus Plus, whose barrels are made of a special metal that reduces the buildup of heat. Assassin Jacket M. A thick jacket for men. Placing it over armor grants the
昨日パーティーの設定悪かったかな。想像しくてびっくりしたか
Sorry
ら。
for suddenly dragging you along to our party. It's a bit noisy in there,
口が
isn't
悪い
it?
のもいるけど、
Some of them can be a
みんな
bit
気のいい連中だし、
abrasive,
頼りになる。
but their hearts are in the right
今度は改めて
place.
ちゃんと紹
I will
介するよ。
introduce them
君っ
properly
てさ、
next time. You seem like the kind of player to go it solo. It's not like I don't have any friends.
昔の
You
俺みた
remind
い
me
な
of
フレンドゼロと
how
は
I
違う
used
だ
to
ろうけ
be,
ど、
but I can tell
なん
you're
となく
easy to get along
近い
with.
雰囲気を感じたんだ。
Background info! Kirito was once a solo player who did things by himself. He didn't want to be part of any guilds, he didn't want any friends. So he decided to go things solo. And decided that he didn't need friends.
君がアファシスをかばった理由を聞
You
い
know
た
when I
とき、
asked you about why you
妙な親近
protected
感
your
が湧いたと
offices?
いうか、
I can sense your strong
俺
familiarity
はどち
about
らかと
you.
いうと効
I
率
suppose
重
you're
視
the
タイ
type
プだ
who
し、
likes to be
普
efficient.
段は理屈で物事を考
I
える
usually
方な
think
んだけどさ。
think about things in a logical
それ
way.
でも、考える前に
But there are
体が動
times
く
when
っ
my
てある
body
よな。
moves before I have time to
そういう
think.
時の理屈
That
は
logic tends to
後
come
から
later
ついてくるんだ。
for when that
君もそん
happens.
なところがあるように見え
I
たん
can
だ。
easily see you doing something like that. Yeah, I think meeting that armistice unit was a huge deal for you.
全部俺の勝手な考えだけどね。外れていたらごめん。
It's also why I turned my search history off for YouTube. It's because I like the surprise of seeing new things that At article within things I've already searched up. Sounds pretty accurate to me. Well, that's good. You're really lucky, running into something so important on your first day. There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. What do you think the difference between VR and the differences between VR and reality? Some say that VR is just an imitation of reality. But I don't think so. I mean, we're living right here, right now. We have the power to go anywhere in this huge world. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Yeah, totally. See? I knew who and I were a lot alike. Welcome to virtual reality. And of course, keep the stream pausing because... Yep, gameplay recording paused. That's because I entered a block scene. And the original story is by Reki Kawahara. But we actually get to see different scenes recreated in this. But within this game, it's called Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. The reason it's called Fatal Bullet is because we actually get to see a recreation of a death game. Where if you die in the virtual world, you'll die in reality. But Kirito's arc is actually a one-to-one recreation of the original SAO arc. In short, Kirito here happens to have a recreation of the little it's a recreation of Sword Art Online Season 2. Or Season 3 if you happen to count the Fairy Dance arc as its own little arc. Or again, and therefore another season.
Master, お帰りなさい。
What is this place?
部屋で、私は何と言っても私はアドバイザー。通称アファシステムタイプ X
An artificial financial advisor. Or an alpha system type X. An artificial financial advisor system type X. That's the full name. Try saying it one more time. A very intelligent support AI. Treasury. From credit and item management to cleaning in my room to finding me friends. She can do pretty much anything. However, there is one other thing. The Arphasis Lectures is a complete tutorial about the Arphasis system. GGO, Gun Gale Online. GGO is a VR MMO where players compete to earn large bounties by hunting down enemies and tracking down treasure across large open fields and intricate dungeons. As you become more famous among your fellow players, opportunities will open up and the scope of what you can do in the game will expand. With fierce enemies behind every corner and rare weapons and items just waiting to be found, a world of adventure awaits you once you step out onto the hub, the SBC Glocken. The Gold Rush Major Update. The latest and biggest update in GGO is called the Gold Rush. As with it come new places to explore, a new bounty ranking system, making GGO an even richer VR MMO world than ever. A mysterious spaceship has also appeared in the game as a result of the update, and with players competing to be the first to get inside and clear it. Doing so, however, will likely require the use of ARPSys units, new support AIs who are supposedly closely connected to the ship. ARPSys is an abbreviation for Artificial Financial Advisor System. As you can guess, ARPSys units are AIs that are primarily designed to assist players with their finances and item management. Highly compatible, they can do everything from invest money to daily shopping, as well as fights, in all the name of supporting their masters. Well, it could probably be on both to be different views. While it possesses a Type X ARPSys, an exceptionally rare variety, many other players use Type A units, which are available to rent in GGO. Avatar customization can be done here.
覚えなければいけないことはまだまだあります。
There's still a lot you need to learn.
出かける前には準備を万全にしましょう。あ、街の中は安全です。他者をまあどんな場所でも私がいれば安心です。敵が出てもズキューンバキューンババババってやっつけます。
Okay,
カスタ
I'm
マイズ
impressed.
ポイントを使ってステータスは戦いだけではありません。まずはおかしいのです。なぜマスター、私では自己解決できません。今異常事態です。ミサイルを射出したりお金を増やしたり爆笑ジョークを披露する。あ、原因がわかりました。
Oh,
マスターがヘナチョコの
the
せい
thing
で
is, the ARPSys is linked to my level.
オールグリーンです。
This
マ
is
スターが
my
ヘナチョコ
fault?
なのはただの事実で、アファシスはサポート A だからマスターが強くなる。では
Basically, I could play the game by myself. By just using in the other save files.
マスター、メールがメニューを開いて。
There's a meeting soon. Some information gathering? Sign me up! Now, there is a little something I want to do first. Namely, it has to do with the shop here. I'm going over to the weapons shop because it happens to have outfits. You can see all the prices here. Or some of them cost us thousands. Like, come on. And this one is just for fan service. It's the fact it costs 1,500,000 credits is also kind of insane. But if we go down here, we can see other outfits. Like all of these, and yet there only seems to be two items here that are for males. Nightwind and Black Swordsman. These are what I'm going to be buying, because as I'm not going to change my ARPSys yet. It's because there's some interesting parts to these. Okay, the Black Swordsman outfit, which is a 1-to-1 recreation of the Black Swordsman outfit, and the Nightwind outfit. This outfit actually is a customized version of another outfit. A long coat for males. It lacks any armor or to speak of, but it is light, making it easy to move around while wearing it. You can remove the costume to just get that. And this is what I'm going to be wearing because it happens to be something that I like, especially since you can see bullets on the legs. But I think this is also meant to be a version of the the ALO outfit that Kirito wears. And now I'll pick up my own weapons. It's because I need a few weapons for myself. So I'm going to buy out all of the weapons in here. Because I need some weapons for myself. I'll go with the high damage outfits, but there's going to be one weapon and that I am not going to let up. I'm not going to let up a photon sword. Critical damage is 200%, but the critical rate, it isn't that much. Now I'm going to have to set my status as to actually pick up these weapons. I have to increase my stats in an equal proportion because I can't change these for later. And of course I can see which type of blade it is. And then I'm glad I got the purple one. Because that shows G3 is what I want to have a similar looking weapon. Now I can still add one more person to my party. Hey, so which person am I going to have in my party? Well, if I were to be honest, I might just bring in the good boy here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he has a weapon that is unlike others. One that I want to get myself. As innocent as going to be, he is anything but. The GL says innocent Flash. It's anything but. And if you want to be very clever about something, there are different types of weapons that you can actually handle. Ones that have more damage are ones that weigh more. Now, here's Chiro right over here. Now I got myself my own outfit. And the black here actually makes sense for my character. Because Katsu's meant to have black on his avatar, right? Well, for ill-conceived purposes, the brown is actually meant to be a reference to the fact that this game gives random avatars. And I decided, why not make it even more random by making the hair the complete opposite color of myself? Now, higher her accuracy means that you'll hit more. Now, some characters might want to buy off your orifices, but it's best to just not let them. But I can also show you where I got the inspiration for the little SAO look for my character, with the red shirts, her blue jeans, and brown around. It came from this outfit right here. I'll customize it later, or to show you where the inspiration came from. Now, if you have any questions about this game, please ask, because I'm willing to answer anything about this game. I played to the end on every single DLC point. You might start the money?
武器は使えないし、予算管理は大事。
君たち買い物 NPC ショップ俺レアアイテムをいくつ
いい人ですね。
いやいややめときな半端な知識じゃだ
失礼な。私の知識は完璧です。
おじさん
Mister, and why number 2? If you're that confident, then I can't stop you. But those guys have ripped off plenty of newbies before. It's fine for players to use information to compete against each other, but when a newbie gets cheated out of their credits, they're usually left up a creek. Bazalt Joe. This is the guy that you do not want to mess with.
なんかあった？まさかプレイヤー間でバイバイしてないよね。信頼でき。危
うく騙されるところでした。
And there is something else to know here. Bazalt Joe here is actually he's someone who is after my Arphasis. But to complete this game, you gotta get everyone up to a trust level of 4 or higher. One trust from head to toe and block. Now, I will answer some questions that aren't asked, but how exactly do you get the other characters? How do you actually get all the characters up to trust level 4? You gotta do it before the final chapter. Basically, you see Kira here? I gotta get her trust level up to 4. And you can see this by going over to the friend list. The affinity rank has to be brought all the way up to 4. And you can get this up by just using the characters. And there is another thing here. See how some of the stats here don't line up? It's because those are what were used. If I were to check my own status here, you can see I've almost perfected everything. And why is that? It's because these weapon stats have carried over from my previous saves. I've used sniper rifles, I've used Gatling guns, I've used submachine guns and assault rifles, I've even used handguns. But the one weapons I've used the most are submachine guns, assault rifles, and guns and swords. Now wait a dang darn minute. What do you mean, in guns and swords? There's a little secret feature that you unlock with Kirito that allows you to use guns and swords. The only problem being, you need to have double the amount of stats here. But I'll actually show off what types of swords you can actually get within the DLC. Okay, I'll complete the main story on this little profile, but with the other profiles, I'm going to use those for the main game. Which means I'm going to be skipping a lot of events because I know nobody's interested in the lore. They just want to see the gameplay. Especially since this is ACMS gaming, not ACMS playthroughs. So, I'm going to be playing the games and only the games. I'm not going to be showing the lore because I'm explaining it myself. Some events I will actually let play out, like cutscenes, or portions that I know are important. And like this one for particular. Or at the last party, we never really had any proper introductions. And this is the section where you have to talk to everyone. If you want any weapons made stronger, you have to talk to Elizabeth first. And Agil here will sell you anything you need. And Alfheim Online. And you can also see where the ALO came, because if you look at the capital letters first, and I'll even type them out to make them more obvious. As you can see, it's made obvious is by this point here. Players that can become fairies and fly freely through the skies. Of course, this world of guns is pretty fun too. Civica here is a dragon tamer, or a beast tamer, one of the rare classes in an SAO. Now, one of those newly implemented pets. Now, as you can see, there's some key info over here. Converted over. What exactly does that mean? Well, what it means is the character converted over for basic, which means they actually converted all their data from a specific game over into this game. That's how they have their complete avatars from games they already know.
シリカみたいにペットは戦闘に参加するわけじゃないし GGO だと戦闘にコストをかけたいわかるぜ
When real money is involved, in-game costs go through the roof. So I thought maybe I can skip lunch so I can buy this ammo. But it all adds up.
レアドロップを狙いに行くのもコストがかかるし 同じレアものだったら
GGO players will take any weapon as long as it's rare. And pets are incredibly expensive. They seem to be more for the high-level players, something like post-end-game content. Yeah. Nice meeting you too. Xenon, and actually is a one-to-one recreation of her previous avatar. In fact, the sniper's outfit, female, was actually made to reference in Xenon's literal outfit within the anime. 3,000 meters. That's because she happens to know a secret technique.
こんな小さいアバターあるんだ150センチくらいの女性型アバターがあるとは聞いてこんにちはゆいですこのパッパああゆいは俺とアスタのことほらあまりリアルな一応言っておくけどまだおじさんと呼ばれる年ではないよ絶対に
Now, if I were to gather up all the info that I know, considering this takes place 2 years after SAO, Kirito would be around 19 years old. He started off as I'd say 16, he may be 17 when he started SAO. And then 2 years went by, he would be 19, which means he's probably around 21 years old by the time this game takes place. Yes, and with Asuna, she's a year older than Kirito, so the math does itself. She would be 22 years old, meaning they could actually be married if they wanted to.
そうだな。実は
Use an AI who's logging in from outside the game. Obviously, we need to keep a secret from the administrators. Yeah, she looks human, but she's an AI just like the Armistice units. Just like any other GGO player. As long as you want to look at the stats.
アカウントを取ったんだよ。ちゃんと好き好きの接続料も払ってる。
Yeah, I started paying more to actually have Yui be in the game.
そんなこともあるんですね。知らないことばかりなので、いろいろ、はい。
Now, there is a little secret to Yui's outfit. It's something that can actually be created as well.
ゆいちゃんとは以前プレイしたゲームで出会ってね。そうなんだ。はい、よろしく。
で、まあ、俺とアスナは結婚しているんだ。
A system in another game. And GTO should have that type of system. But in the real world, Kirito and Asuna go by the names Kazuto Kirigaya and Asuna Yuki. And they were dating in the real world, but they should also just get married already. Like, come on. They've been dating for a few years now. Oh, ever since SAO. Oh, when they got married in that game. Yeah. Yeah, that one was actually kind of funny. I mean, it's basically referencing the fact that how when a child was not wanted by the father just straight up says, I'm gonna go get milk, and then never comes back. Heck. Again, kind of in the Undertale Last Rep explains in a nutshell how apparently the player's father left to get milk years ago. Sans actually came up with well, my father left to get milk too, but unlike yours, mine came back. That is the straight up best roast you could tell anyone. And if you were Sans, like, come on. I just can't get the ladies of GTO off me. Everyone just had silence. And so you could pretty much imagine crickets. But just so you know, I'm going to explain which girls have their eyes on Kirito. Lisbeth, Leafa, Civica, Asuna, and I think Xenon as well, but I'm pretty sure she's just more into I'm into you in the best friend type of way. Basically, a majority of the girls here all have their eyes on Kirito. Asuna here is the one who actually got Kirito. Oh, but a majority of the girls here are still after Kirito. Oh, but if I were to also put which characters there's my characters after, it would most likely be Kira. Because, at least my character here, her name is because his best friend, and actually realizing the point.
今までいくつかのゲームを一緒にプレイしていたんだけど、剣や魔法のフ
ァ
ンタジー系ゲームばかりだったんだ。
Been on for over 2 hours. Almost 2 hours.
I'm going for
over an hour.
I'm going over in 2 hours exact.
I'm gonna play with my friend.
だからガンゲーの GGO に
Interested in gun
みんなをプレイしてるから。
and converged over, which means they took their avatars from the games and ported them over. Except for Xenon, she had a file on this already. Hey, it hasn't been that long. But
GGO は独自のシステムが多いから。
now you can see how my character's dressed in black. That's going to be something that changes once I actually unlock the feature. First, I actually color the clothes. I'm gonna make a few colors more black and add a few other colors that would actually show you what my character has under her sweater. Casino. Well, basically, if you actually saw up in the short amount of time that I let you could actually see Kirito's into gambling. I don't know why, but he is. Now we're learning about the SPC Glocken. The game doesn't let you go until like a couple more hours into the game, but I'm going for 2 hours here because I want to make a 2-hour stream. So, there are a few things to note. You want to make your party quickly and before you actually get into the main game. And I think that it's going to accept co-op quests. There are quests where you form a party and battle strong enemies. Jeez. I might need to level up some more first. And then I get a little repetitive before my stream. You can use that terminal to purchase weapons and ammo. And by little, it's like 30 minutes. Meh. You can use that terminal to buy weapons or accept quests. Since I use filter stores, I haven't had many problems running out of bullets. But you should be careful. Bounty ranking. Hitting and wait, you can hit on Arvis's units. But Fred said the exact same thing. But this is Climb we're talking about. Anything could happen. Those are the basic features of the governor's office. Now, there actually is a little something to know. There are special outfits that you can't get anywhere else. Not to talk to Klein, Straya, Philia, Yuki, and Rain. And it's pretty much just a lot of things to do. But you can actually see a few characters here that don't really seem to make sense. Now here's the metal trader. You can get medals, which allow you to buy different types of items. And there actually are a few items here that don't seem to make sense. It's like the Chief Elder's outfit, the Swordswoman uniform, Eye Patch of Fortitude, Abyssal Mask, Chief Elder's hat, Entirety Knight Armor male and female, and the Abyssal Garment. These are all DLC items. The Intelligence Operative is another one of those things. The Puka Goggles is a little reference to Bandai Namco. The Pack Head is another one of those references. The Prince Head as well. Waitress Headband is something, and there's a Fairy Tale hairband. The Fairy Tale dress here is actually a reference to Alice as well. But there's another one right here. Basically, there's a lot of references to different types of items. And this is actually Kirito's outfit, and then this is Asuna's outfit, except more or less as made. The senior officer cap, soldier goggles, CSS Barrett, Hungry Wolf. These are actually the outfits used by Agio and Klein. And these are outfits used by Elizabeth and Silica. Now, other disguises you can have as well, but here's a custom Z suit. So these are for the female officers type Zs, which are yet undiscovered features. Or undiscovered. But there's also this. And of course, there's also different items for other characters. Because each of them has their own little uses that come as a before and after creation. And then we have all of the characters here. And Kiriko. Oh, this is actually a disguise that Kirito uses. Also, here's some more her previous version outfits. There's a lot of these, so yeah. Undying ears, Spriggan ears. Here's basic headset and earring, which is too small to see. Straw hat, promise ring. This is actually something interesting. It's something that you can wear her inside of the game, and it actually has a few special boosts. More will be explained later as I figure out how more of these items. But you can see all the outfits the characters wear right here. The pixie dress is one of these items you can buy. Something that Yui actually wears. But I can also say that the light battle jackets, or light versions of the outfits in general, will exist for the sole purpose of having a light variant of items that you can buy. You can also buy guns, but that's the entire store explained. And so, I'm actually going to go talk with some of these characters, but you might notice a few are interesting. And we have Shreya here. As explained in the Hollow Realization, she's another AI, which means someone is paying for her account. And yes, she is also after Kirito. So, Celia here's someone who isn't after Kirito, but is more or less just meant to be your friendly everyday character. Yuki is not after Kirito at all. She's actually after Asuna. Give me a break, Yuki. Rain here is actually another dual wielder. But just like the other characters, she isn't after Kirito. Instead, she was actually after her own sister, to try and get noticed. Nice to meet you. I'm Katsu. A treasure hunter. She's someone who can actually help you out treasure hunting. And straight here, there's someone who's also after Kirito. Oh, Yuki actually met us before, or at Asuna's party. An interesting gun. And Rain here is just another original character. Sure, thanks, I appreciate the help. As you meet the characters, you basically unlock them for the game. And now here's Sinon. Do we know anything about bounties? I've heard of them. How bounties on their heads. If you hunt them down, you can get paid for it. Sounds intense. And check on the latest bounties in the lobby of the governor's office. It might not be a bad idea to ask some of the PvP squads too. PvP is play is where GGO really shines. Well, it's more or less a different way of just hunting down characters. Now here's Leafa. I just know they exist. And this is also how we unlock Silica as well. You can press triangle. Well, it's actually he gained these medals, which means you can gain medals by pressing triangle or when one appears. And you compliment people. Now, here's a character right here. Her Livre. Or Livre. Hey, she's another Arphasis. An Arphasis type Z to be exact. She has his disguise technology to actually disguise herself as a carbon copy of any type of character. Or she does this to be a carbon copy of your Arphasis. These two right here are actually from the Sword Art Online movie. E.g., he and Yuna. Oh, hey, here's Klein. I wonder what he's up to.
お姉さんのレ申し訳ございません。そこをないらっしゃいませ。
Basically, all these characters are made just for the purpose of actually having in the game. But I'll be right back because I'm getting a little bit of pressure and I don't. And I'm back, folks. I just had to deal with a minor inconvenience. But this unlocks Klein, who is definitely your average, I want to get a girlfriend! Kind of type of character. Adult communication. What kind of adult hits on NPCs? Obviously you can't pick up an NPC, you moron. 1,000 times. Hey, it happens in games sometimes. Alpha system. However, there actually is some truth to Klein here. You see, this Alpha system in particular actually does have a set quest if you talk to her 1,000 times. He's actually onto something here. Now, the Arphasis system here actually is... Let's live in Airhead. Well, that's actually because as the Arphasis here actually learns from how you react around the character. Or well, this Arphasis reacts around the main character here. Meaning she learned to be more dependent on the main character by the fact that the main character saved her. Or just protected her in general. Or now we actually get to meet up with the other characters. And hey look, it's a specific someone. It's Premier. Or another girl who's after Kirito. Hey, is that you, Premier? Or let me introduce you to my friends. And Kira, nice to meet you, I'm Premier. Kirito, what's the difference between companions, friends, wives, and lovers? Which will rank higher? Which will rank lower? This shows that Premier's after Kirito.
待て待てプレミア
Hang on a second, Premier. Can't you please don't look at her like that.
AI なんだよ
She's an AI, kind of like Yui. She was an NPC in another game we used to play.
そんなの他の
An
ゲームにどう
NPC?
やって連れてき
How
た
an
の？
NPC from another game get
キリトさ
here?
んまさか
法律違反も
It's not like I broke any laws or any laws or etiquette. I just happen to know one of the developers of that game. SAO. That
ユイを
is.
プレイヤーとして GGO に
Remember when I
連れて行く
told you,
話をしたら
how I brought
自分
Yui
を
into
ブレイ
GGO
ヤー
as
を送
a
るって言い
player?
出したんだ
Well, I sent Premier here as one.
キリトと一緒にいたいという願いを叶えて
What
ま
is
す。
that supposed to mean? No comment!
頼むから
As you can see, Premier is actually from a game where all those systems were actually built into the game. And can you please just not ask me with that serious look on your face?
あえて深くは聞かないどいてあげるけど。
Premier is in love with
その表現に
Kirito.
ついては
というわけで
It's
プレミアも普通の
confirmed.
プレイヤーとして自由に
Or
行
so
動
you all
し
could say it.
戦闘
Kirito
も
has
でき
his
る
own harem, but he only chose one girl. She can move around freely and even
そういえば
fight.
プレミア
Which reminds me, Premier, what are you doing today? Hey, I was just going on a walk. This world is so different from SAO. Oh, it is quite
もっと
fascinating.
外にも出てみたいです。
I wanted to see what it's like out here. Katsu, please call me when you form a party. It'd be my pleasure.
私
One of your friends. Now, there actually is a little something to talk about with Premier. Yes, she does have a twin sister. However, that's spoiler territory, so I'm not gonna elaborate any further. If you want to know more info, you'll have to watch through all the streams. And actually, he watched me get to that point in the game. And you can also see something interesting with this game that isn't in a few of the others. There's actually some physics on even the smallest things of the blah, 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 blah. There's actually some physics on the smallest strands of hair. This shows that as they got further into the games, they actually got more info about they actually got more skills to make the game. So you can even see Argo's hair here flinging around a little bit.
お困りのことがあったらお姉さんに相談してみないか？
Wait, are you an info
特別に
broker?
初回限定サービス。今回は無料で教えてあげるよ。オイラはアルゴ。それ以上の情報は有料だな。
As you can see, she speaks a little more rad than the other characters. But Argo is actually a character that was just briefly mentioned in SAO, but has never made a further appearance. She's sorta original, but
つまり売る気はあまりないってことさ。
she was basically meant to be the tutorial character that teaches you how to play the
中
game.
の噂になっていたからチェックしていたけどな。いいお得意さんになってくれそうだから。初心者なのにおかげで君の情報を見えて。
Now, Argo does have some extra info about how many things, but she talks for a while. But you can talk to Argo to actually get some
何でも聞いてくれよ。
information. You can sell information to gain money, but there's a lot of things here. These are different in weapon arts. I've already bought a few of the other arts, but you can actually buy all of these little, I guess, as the I don't really know how to explain all of these, but the ones you want to get are memory chip editor, the weapon arts, and the accessory clone.
クレジットが足りないみたいだな。
As long as you can get those, you'll have plenty of stuff to go around. Now, how about we go over here? Or actually, let me check the time. I only have like a few more minutes. But it looks like a storm is coming.
君たち今日は買い出しかな？
I don't like the sound of it.
いや、クレハ君。この前の大会の録画データを見たよ。エネミーとの。
ありがとうございます。
調子はどう？また君。
ああ、お目当ては？こんにちは。
どうも。でも、僕の目当て。
いつきはお目が高いですね。まだまだヘナチョコですけど。私が
Yeah, definitely doesn't sound good.
育てますからご安心ください。
Gunman, I feel more like becoming a swordsman.
そろそろ集合場所に行かないと間に合いません。
そうだった。
前からの約束じゃないですか。スコードロンのみんなで楽しく。
わかった。
When it comes to being a guild leader, or Itsuki is one of those types of characters. But when did me and Itsuki get so close? The same reason that there's something suspicious about him. Why would he take interest in me specifically? Like, what's so specific about me, or so interesting about me that I have to be the main focus of his attention? And then go ahead. Head Echo. I'm giving you a chance to try and make a guess here. Why is Itsuki taking so much interest in me specifically?
君に相談があるんだけど、SBC フリューゲルが解放されたら、俺たちと一緒に攻略しないか？
そうね。リリースの上、初心者には難しいと思うわ。あと確か SBC フリューゲルのクエストって
Like, seriously.
アファシスが必須になるって話でしたよね。
Why did he take interest in me?
アファシスが行けば役に立つかもしれない。
I will give some background info. It's because he has an eye. Well, he does see some potential in me. So he wants... Maybe, but that's not what he's going for. Or some characters are all crazy about some people.
GGO に呼んだのも私だしね。しばらくは特別にあんたのおもりをしてあげるから、ガンガン経験値と資金を
And
稼
there
ぐわよ。
is actually a strong topic in the Kirito mode that I will give a warning for. However, I'll make Kirito mode its own little long play.
多分クレハとアマ
だから SBC
Okay, which means I'm actually going to play for the entirety of it without a break. Which basically means it's going to be one episode. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I know it's going to take a little bit. Thanks. I'll do my best.
アイテムの準備も忘れないでね。アファシスもしなんかワクワクしてきたね。ファイト
Now the SBC Flugel has its own little special mission. And so... Well, that's pretty much everything there is to the tutorial. I said this might be a good point to end it off, however... This is something that I'm always going to do. I'm going to save. This is so anything I do here after this point, it will be lost, but it won't. I'll be able to quickly recover it. And you might notice on the map here that there are more rooms here. Why are there more rooms? And why can't I access them? It's because I can't. I'm not allowed to access those rooms because it's just not my business. It's actually a special mission where you have to actually gather specific money and items, and you'll be able to upgrade your room to have more rooms. Now, here's all the main characters I have who get up within Bond. At least a majority of them. there's still a few that are missing. And I'll show you which ones are missing. Itsuki hasn't actually friended me yet, which is a little bit strange. Why hasn't he friended me yet? And better or more, there is the unnamed queen. The unnamed queen is someone who is specific to this game as well, just like Kira and Itsuki. Hey, but that'll be it for now, folks. Time to log out.